Hey, what's going on to all my gaming addicts and gamerholics? Welcome back to the Gamers Anonymous Podcast, a show all about gaming and other related news to give you that fix to ease your gaming itch. This is episode number 50. All right. And today is July 31st, 2022. I am your host, Trey Turpin. And of course, in this episode, we are going to discuss some GTA 6 rumors. There's some information about MetaQuest VR price increases. And of course, there's been more game delays. All right. So, and there's a lot more we're going to go ahead and talk about. But of course, as always, I'm here with my brother, Shane Turpin. What's going on, bruh?
What's up, bruh, man? I'm glad to be back, man. We got a lot of interesting stuff to talk about today, man. I'm really excited, man. A lot of bad news, you know what I mean? Like, but we gonna get to it, man. We gonna get to it. Let's go ahead and get to it. Like I always say, we do this because we love to, not because we have to, bruh. So let's start it off once again as we usually do, man. And I'll
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and tell you what I've been playing
Yes,
and what I've
sir.
actually accomplished. Finally, I beat a game.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay. The first one of the year.
I guess so. It has to be because I
Okay.
don't have much time. But I finally completed that Plague's Tale or whatever. So
Oh, hey, dang,
finally
you've been
knocked
working on
that out.
that
I
one.
had to get that over with ASAP. I'm glad. I'm glad on that.
So,
Um,
what'd you think about it?
I liked it, man. I liked it. I mean, okay.
Uh-oh.
I liked it. I like no. I like the story and I like the game and I like the adventure. I just felt like it was a little too easy. Like
Yeah.
all of the tasks and all of the puzzles and things to do and all this it was it was easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Like yeah, no. Granted, some parts I did die repetitive sometimes in some parts. You know what I mean? Like man, I can't get past this part. But for the most part, you can figure it out with no part. You know what I mean? It wasn't hard to
Hmm.
figure. Oh, okay, just dodge this person, or kill this person, knock them out, wait for them to turn around, make him take his hat off, hit him, splash him with the, you know what I mean, or whatever. Like it was. So it was kind of repetitive, but it was short in a sense to where each thing had each level had a little differentness to it. Like you were learning something different or having to use your skill a little bit differently here. You were focusing on putting the fire out here setting stuff on fire here. So it was different the whole way. So I like that, but like I said, I just thought it was a little easy. But other
Hmm.
than that, man, I am excited for the second one. Like didn't deter me away from wanting to play it. I still want to play it. I still like the game. You know what I mean? I just wish it
Yeah.
was a little more
Challenge.
challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what would you be looking forward to for the second one? Like what would you want in a sequel?
Just pretty much that. Just more challenging. Obviously, continue to play on with the story. I would say
Hmm.
with the rats. I would probably say like more bosses, maybe, or
Hmm.
like and maybe like more creatures instead of just like swarms of rats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Like more, you know what I mean? Things to fight
Hmm.
other than just you know
Yeah. Instead of
the
like
rats
just
attacking.
human enemies and
Right,
rats.
and
That's all
maybe
it
like
was.
maybe different types of rats, like
Hmm.
you know, ones that can come in the light, but you got to kill them a different way, or ones
Yeah.
that
Okay. I
stuff,
can
some
dig it.
stuff of that nature, just different stuff
Yeah.
like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
I can
mean,
dig it.
it just that's all I can really think of off the top. I didn't really come up with nothing like that ahead of time, but just off the
Right.
top.
No. Okay. Yeah, no, it's been 2 years since I completed that game. I completed it when it first came into Game Pass 2 years ago. Surprised that game's been in since that long, to be honest. Usually they're like a year and then they leave the service. But I guess since the Requiem is coming out soon, I think it's either not I think it's in October, I want to
Yes,
say.
yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so that one's coming very soon. So for those of you that haven't played it yet, definitely go ahead and check that game out. Definitely, I felt like it was a sleeper hit. Like I remember hearing that it reviewed well and it did good, but or like it reviewed well and that it was a good game. But for some reason, I don't think a lot of people was talking about it until it hit Game Pass. Once it hit Game Pass, that's when everyone were able to get their hands on it and actually found out that it was actually a good game. And thankfully that the sequel is coming to Game Pass as well. All right. So is that all you played? Was there anything else? Did you get further in that As Dusk Falls?
Yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. I think we got another chapter completed, I believe. And like, I mean, bruh, if you haven't played this game, that's why I'm so mad. As we were talking earlier, off the video before the video or whatever,
Yeah.
uh, with the fumbling, which we'll get to later. Man, I'm so mad that this game, was released when it was released, and I just feel like they didn't push it as hard, or you know what I mean. Like, I feel like they could have timed it the release better. Anything like, because it's just not. And the game is incredible, and it's just not
Mm-hmm.
getting no. I'm not hearing nobody say nothing about it. No words, really.
Right. Right.
And
Right.
I'm loving the game. Like I'm loving it. Like I come off of work and I'm like, babe, you want to play the game? You want to play the game? You want to play our
Yeah.
game? Come on. She's like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, let's play. I'm like, yeah, let's play. And we just getting wrapped up in the story, and we're loving it. So,
No,
and
trust me.
it's kept us drawn in, and the story is it's good, bruh. It's good.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. No, I was actually telling my wife about it today. Like I just downloaded it and I was like, yeah, Shane was telling me that, he was really loving it. And I was telling her, like, trust me, you're not the only one. I feel like the media, yeah, they're not giving the love for it, but other podcasts and things and people that I've listened to on the shows, they've been praising this game and
Bro,
talking
it's
about how much
good,
they love
bro. I'm
the game.
telling you.
Yeah.
And I'm not just hype. If it was trash, I would say, but bro, the story got me. It's got me hooked. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to complete this game. Like
Hmm.
for real. Like that's. I just want to play. If I could had the time to just play it all the way through, I would.
Yeah.
But
Of
we
course.
only get to play maybe a little bit here and there. So
Hmm.
30 minutes, maybe an hour if we're lucky. So, but we love it. We're loving it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, trust me. It's definitely. I'm gonna start it here soon, or whatever. After I finish. Well, am I? I don't think I'm still dabbling. I'm playing through a couple games as well. But before I get into that, just wanted to share that my weekend's been good so far. Was able to take my son and my wife. We went out of town. We went and took them to like a science and nature museum. Uh,
Oh yeah, I
it was
seen that.
free. So he actually went ahead and enjoyed themselves. It had dinosaurs there, loves dinosaurs. He
No, he
was
loved that.
so excited about it. So he's seen that, and it was a very, very good museum, and it was free. Like we were just so surprised how good of the
Oh,
museum it was, and it was free.
right.
So a lot of people were out. It was a beautiful day. Went ahead and ate at this Cuban restaurant. Very, very, very good. We're definitely gonna have to go back there if we ever visit Raleigh again. And then yeah, I mean, and then we had some of this ice cream that's been all over TikTok. I forgot the name of it. It's like Andia's ice cream. We went there and it's like a award-winning ice cream. They actually had some butterbeer ice cream. Went ahead and got some butterbeer ice cream. Definitely, I don't think is as good as the Universal. Well, I never had it. I just know that you and your girl was talking about how much y'all love the butterbeer ice cream. I had the
What
butterbeer,
happened?
just not the butterbeer ice cream. So this one tasted a lot like butterscotch, like strong, strong butterscotch. But it was good. And of course, I always had to get the cookies and cream as well. But yeah, the family and I we had a blast the other day, and I was also able to play the game. I've been playing a little bit of the multiverses, which is the Warner Brothers version of like a Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
I've
seen
been
you was
playing
playing
that.
that.
A lot of people has been praising it or saying that it's really, really good. It's the closest thing to Smash Brothers. So I downloaded it. It's free. I'm not gonna lie. I agree with them. I played the Nickelodeon All Stars one. It felt a little wonky, but this one feels right, smooth. all the combos and all the move sets and everything just feel fluid and it's very nice. I'm definitely loving it. It's the closest thing to a Smash Brothers clone that you're going to get. All right. I just feel like the roster is a little odd. You know, you got like Superman, Batman, you got people from Steven Universe, Adventure Time, Shaggy,
Yeah, I seen
Velma,
that
and stuff like that. Yeah, you got it's just a odd, it is Warner Brothers
odd
property.
mashup
Yeah,
of
it's just
characters.
a little odd, you know, the roster is.
Like, why are
Um,
Scooby and them fighting
Yeah,
Batman?
exactly, exactly. But that's what makes it fun. It's like odd. It's what a video game should be. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
it's free to play. It has all that. I think that's the one thing that it has over the Smash Brothers. Like I play Smash Brothers. uh, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, people in the comments or whatever. Like I haven't played. I just played Smash Brothers at like a friend's house or at work or something like that. But there's like no there's nothing to grind for here. Since it's a free to play game, you got a battle pass and you play and you're able to grind for new costumes and new skins and characters and things like that. Smash Brothers is just strictly you just play just to play and then you purchase to unlock these other characters and stuff like that. That's about it, at least. But I could be wrong. I don't know how the progression system is in that game, but that's the one thing I do like about this game, you know. So I've been playing that. Um, I've also been playing what is the game? I've been playing Stray, played that a lot more. I've gotten a little bit further into that. I think I'm gonna try to finish that before I jump into As Dusk Falls. But I'm definitely going to jump into As Dusk Falls because, like I said, I think my wife will enjoy it, and you know, you're highly recommending it, so I know it must be doing something right because you're pretty much like me. I feel like we've played all these games that it's hard to find a game that actually surprises us or
Right.
you know
It's good.
captures our attention.
And it's kind of funny because I was thinking of it as you were talking about your games. Like right now we're at a space like we don't really have nothing to watch either. Like, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like we're not watching no series. We normally keep a series loaded up, ready to go to play, what I mean, when we trying to settle down or whatever. And as of right now, we haven't had one for a while, and we've been looking for something. But then this popped up, and it kind of filled that void. But we also like to keep a game that we like to play too. That we, normally like to play. Good, me and my girl come off of where we either play the game or we watch something. You know what I mean? We do one or the other. And this one kind of felt both feel both needs or whatever. And one it's kind of weird, like, but like it's funny, you know what I mean? Because it's like we'll be sitting there watching and be trapped into it, like, oh, this is good. You
Yeah,
make a decision, you be like, man, I don't know which one, man. I'm gonna do this, and then you choose, and then we like, then you see your outcome, and then next thing you know, you're watching another movie, and you're like, oh shoot, oh man, you were supposed to do something. You done got somebody
yeah,
uh murked or busted or something. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, all because I wasn't paying attention, didn't press the button. Like, it's good, man. It's good. Definitely a must check out.
okay, yeah, definitely. I'm like I said, I'm gonna check it out, and we're gonna see what ending you get versus the ending that we get and compare them and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like
we've already said we're gonna go back and play it
play it.
I believe the way it's set up, it even shows you like the timeline of like the tree of events or whatever at the end, and you
Okay,
can go select and like go play the event. I believe so. I know
okay,
it shows you like what path you took or whatever. So
yeah, you got me hyped to play it for sure. So of course, but was there anything else you wanted to mention before we jump in and give the people what they came here for?
nah, man, let's get to the topics, man.
All right, man. That's what I'm talking about. So, of course, before we go ahead and get started, if you would like to help support the show, go ahead and subscribe to the Gamers Anonymous Podcast YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to stay up to date when new
Yes.
videos drop. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and leave a comment. For our audio listeners, make sure to subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to stay up to date for new episodes. Also, rate and leave a review, which would help the show out tremendously. And of course, on behalf of the Gap, A big thanks to everyone for continuing to show love and support. And we made it to episode 50. All right. So thank you all. But of course, the first topic that we're going to go ahead and talk about is the GTA 6 rumors that's been going around. I didn't know what to call them. They have to be rumors. I thought Rockstar might have went ahead and confirmed this information that was put out there, but I don't see any information about it. Of course, behoove me for thinking that they actually went ahead and announced this, but it looks like someone over there at Bloomberg knows a little something, or says they know a little something about GTA 6 and when, like, what the game is gonna,
It's confirmed.
It's confirmed for
Nah, I
sure.
mean,
Not
pretty
even
much. For pretty much. It's not.
pretty
It's
much.
not 100%, but pretty much.
Pretty much. Okay. So yeah, so according to this person, it's definitely, this is everything true about the game. But of course, like I said, just with a grain of salt, until Rockstar announces something officially. Because I just wanted to also note that the Red Dead Redemption 2 map was leaked before the game came out, and people thought it was fake, and then it turned out it was actually real. So, you definitely, like you said, with rumors, it's just, grain of salt pretty much. But I have the
You gotta
article
look at
here.
where the rumors coming from, though. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's the main thing. The source and their credibility.
Yes, sir. So I have it right here. This is the article that was circulating the Twitter news feed for the past week when this news actually dropped. So this is the Bloomberg article, and I'm gonna go ahead and read what I have highlighted here. So it says the development of Grand Theft Auto 6 has been slower than impatient fans and even longtime employees have expected, despite morale across the company being higher than ever, according to many staffers. Between the company's new direction and the 2019 departure of Dan Houser, who led creative direction on many previous games, all indications suggest Grand Theft Auto 6 will feel very different than its predecessor. So here's what they know. All right, there will be a female protagonist. This part blew up the internet. The game will feature a playable female protagonist for the first time, according to people familiar with the matter. The woman is Latina and will be one of a pair of leading characters in a story influenced by the bank robbers Bonnie and Clyde. Developers are also being cautious not to punch down by making jokes about marginalized groups, the people said, in contrast with previous Grand Theft Auto games. So, I'm gonna go ahead and break this down. So about the female protagonist, I think this is great. You know what I'm saying? I especially Latina
No
at
harm
that.
in that.
They caught my heart already right there with Latina. You know what I'm saying? But the what do you think, Shane? Like, is this something to, like, the reason why I'm asking you is because if you don't know already, Twitter and the internet just went crazy thinking like, oh, this game is going to be woke. They got a female lead character. The GTA's always been centered around crime and robbers and bad people, which is more of a man's thing, I guess. So what do you think about this speculation?
Uh, I don't think it's gonna be a problem, man. I think if you can like go back and remember any of the Grand Theft Auto games, remember any type of Latino culture, anything like what was that San Andreas when they had what was it San Andreas? Yeah, when they had the different gangs or whatever, you could tell the one gang was like Latino or whatever, and they were like and they had females too in there. I believe it wasn't like a character, but it was like they had female Latinos in there or whatever. And I feel like they would do a good job of portraying a you know female from whatever environment or they're trying to put her in, or say from Miami, from the criminal world or wherever, however she's tied into this story
Mhm.
they're telling here. I don't think they'll have any problem with doing it. What I think is I think a lot of people are tripping over the fact that they're saying that they're going to steer away from you know, certain things, or
Yeah, like the
saying stuff about
stereotype,
stereotypes and stuff like that. You know
you
what I
know,
mean? Which
making
I
fun of it.
understand that to a point, but then again, if you like really, and like somebody else said this too, on something else I watched earlier, they were like, Grand Theft Auto 5, if you think about it, was kind of turned down a little bit in a Grand Theft Auto um like manner. If you think about it, as far as like the dialogue and the stuff you could say and do and stuff, as far as like from the stuff they've done in the past and the jokes and all the stuff that was said in the past, and I just felt like it was a little more, it was cleaned up a lot more than
Mhm.
Grand Theft Auto normally. Not saying it wasn't, you
Yeah,
know, uh, you know, a
yeah. I
real
felt like
game
it
or a
was
good game. But you
a
get what
little
I'm
bit.
saying?
Yeah, it was a little bit more goofier. I felt like
Right.
than
It wasn't. It wasn't as
like it was making fun of, like, I guess, the 2013 America pretty much, and just I don't know. I
right.
felt it was more of a lighter tone. I felt like.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what I'm going. That's the word I'm looking for. It was more on a lighter tone than I feel like a Grand Theft Auto normally is, anyway, with their
Hmm.
story. So, I mean, I don't necessarily seeing it being all that bad of a thing, but I can understand how the wording may lead people to believe that, oh my God, this is not going to be good. Going to be
Yeah.
the woke Grand Theft Auto. Like, I can see why people would think that.
And I totally agree with that. Also think, like, I don't know, them making a female character like big news, like, oh, the first time, it's gonna be a female character. I think that's
A
another thing
shocker.
as another thing as well, because it shouldn't
Mhm.
be. There's a lot of female-led video games, with lead
Yeah,
characters and everything. It's
right.
just the fact that it's the first time for a Grand Theft Auto.
Now,
You
what
know?
difference does it make when you play online? You can be a female.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what
So
difference does it make? Like, I know a lot
no
of
idea.
people. I think I know a lot of people that play their characters as female, and they're guys, and they play
Yeah,
as female. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a character.
yeah,
Like,
exactly, exactly. But okay, so let's move on to the other thing they got here in the article. So pretty much give us a timeline on when the game is going to be released. It said the game's release is likely 2 years away. Industry analysts anticipate the next Grand Theft Auto will be out sometime in Take Two's 2024 fiscal year, which runs from April 2023 through March 2024. But developers are skeptical. The game has been in development in some form since 2014. Although there are loose schedules in place, people interviewed for this article said they didn't know of any firm release date, and that they
oh
expect the
man,
game to be at least 2 years away. Earlier this year, a group of designers quit Rockstar's Edinburgh's office, telling colleagues they were sick of the lack of progress. All right, so what do you think about this? Do you think it's coming in 2 years? Because everybody think this game might not come out until the tail end of these consoles.
uh, yeah. I would like to believe. Yeah, I would like to
Mhm.
believe. I see it possible, especially from what the stuff that they're saying. Um, I don't know if the article, if you skipped over the way where they talk about it being codenamed the Americas and all that,
Mhm.
and it's supposed to be like a huge game or whatever, and they kind of broke it down to just Miami or whatnot or whatever.
Yeah.
Just decided to cut that out and maybe add stuff later on as like DLCs or whatever, or updates later on or whatnot. So I could see it possibly coming out sooner than what people may think.
Mhm.
I think the game's a lot further along than what uh, people think. You know what I mean? Um, but I just feel like that. Of course they're adding a lot more stuff. They say we're adding a lot more interiors to the map or whatever. So I guess you'll be able to go in and out a lot more
Right.
places,
A lot more buildings.
a lot more buildings, right? You'll be able to enter them and exit them, which is dope. So I just feel like they're just probably working on all the little, tweaks and stuff, and they just want to polish everything good. But I feel like they pretty much should have mostly the majority of things together. You know what I mean? They should have, their story, all that. You know what I mean? Uh, their models for mostly everything, maybe. might
Oh,
still be working on some things, just the dialogue, and you would think they would have all that stuff recorded already.
oh yeah. I mean, I believe it. It's been what since 2013
Why?
since the
How
last
long has
game.
it been? How long have they been working on this? And like, you know what I mean? Before they
Mhm.
even told us they were working on it. I mean, they just kind of admitted it not too long ago, like that they were
Exactly.
even working on it. So they were working on it way before that.
Mhm.
Come on.
All right. So with what you were saying as well, so the other part of where Rockstar wanted to include large portions of North and South America, but had to be reeled in, pretty much like you were saying. They wanted this big grand game, but I guess with all the detail and I guess they just wanted to scale it back just a little bit to, like you said, have a very polished and well-running game, especially with all the more buildings that you're able to go into. And like if you haven't noticed, like Grand Theft Auto 5 of how detailed it is, every little things like people talk about how like you could get on like a trolley or something and do a tour of Los Santos. You know what I'm saying? But that's something that's not like a mission. That's nothing. That's just something you just come across. Like there's so many things that they have scripted in the game that that's what makes the world of Grand Theft Auto 5 so like lovable and to many people. So of course they said about that. It says original plans for the title, which is code named Project Americas, were for it to be bigger than any Grand Theft Auto game to date. Early designs called for the inclusion of territories modeled after large swaths of North and South America, according to people familiar with the plans. All right. And then the new map is a fictionalized Miami, but will update over time, like what you were saying. The game's new map is now focused on a fictional version of Miami and its surrounding areas, Vice City, of course. Rockstar's plan is to continually update the game over time, adding new missions and cities on a regular basis, which leadership hopes will lead to less crunch during the game's final months. All right. So, pretty much what you were just saying, that the game might come out sooner than we expected because instead of this huge big game, like have to go pretty much Grand Theft Auto 5 times but a bazillion, you know what I'm saying? They're actually going to scale it down, make it, less crunch, make it something that can actually be built over time and updated over time. Which a lot of people tend to think like, okay, so it's pretty much going to be Grand Theft Auto Online pretty much, with the you're going to have a map, main story, main missions, and then they're going to add new DLC with missions and add new cities. What do you think about this, Shane?
Right. Kind of what it sounds like, really. I mean,
Mhm.
honestly. But I mean, we really don't know. I mean, what kind of updates are they going to bring to it? Are they going to bring like a whole new Grand Theft Auto 5 map into the picture every time? Or like, what are they bringing? What are they changing? What's like, is it drastic enough change for it to be considered like just a, like an add on or like a DLC? Or is it like an actual whole nother part of the game? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you get what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Like not just a little side story, not like you know what I mean, like a whole nother game. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
so I don't know. All I can say is we'll just have to see what they're gonna do. And with the way things are being modeled now these days with this you know, uh how Fortnite and all that stuff, pay to win type stuff or pay to
Yeah, or
play,
like live
free to
service
play,
games.
live service games and all that type stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, like the way everything's structured now, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to slip something like that in there. But you know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it would
Especially
not
especially
surprise
with
me.
the success of Grand Theft Auto Online. Like that's
Right.
pretty much what it
Exactly.
is. Like I'm
Exactly.
sure on Grand Theft Auto Online, they could probably add another city if they wanted to,
Right.
and just keep building and adding new missions and activities and events and things like that.
Why, but
So
why do that when they can just make a new game and charge you the 70 first and
yeah.
then get you?
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, last thing we're going to talk about, or I'm going to ask before we wrap it up and move to the next topic. So will there be two different game modes? Will it be just like Grand Theft Auto 6 and it is like the online? Or is it already
Um,
one game? Because I completely think it's two separate games. There's the core Grand Theft Auto and then there's the online. Will it
yeah,
just be packaged all in one?
I feel
So,
like it will be packaged all in one, but it'll be like some screen or something. It'll be some option to where you can go online or offline.
right.
You know what I'm
Like if
saying?
you could do the main, can you do the main story missions online, like with other people?
I feel like you would be able to.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then you have that second person, you might be able to do it co-oply.
Maybe.
Maybe. I doubt it. Or
So
you think they're going to stray away from that because a lot of people are saying they love their single player games. Whether it is an option or not, they feel like focusing on a co-op experience is a waste of resources, you know, especially on a game that's been mainly single player in terms
right.
of campaign. Mm,
I don't know, then. Maybe not.
something to think
Maybe
about.
you could probably still do them. I don't know. Because that would be weird then, you know what I mean? For you to just do your missions and be online for what? Just to be able to leave your mission and then go kill people and run. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it, man. That's a good question.
Yeah. Okay. That's just a some thought put into it right there. Something to think about. All right. So definitely, man. What do you guys think about this news about Grand Theft Auto 6? Do you think this will be part of the game? Do you think this is just some BS? And it's just pretty much it kind of continues on the rumors that we've been hearing for the past few years now. So tell me what you guys think in the comments, and we're going to move on to the next topic.
Oh, quick tip though. Didn't Grand Theft Auto 5 just get the update? Well, as a matter of fact, yeah, it
What
did.
update?
Just got a new update. It's fixed a lot of things. A lot of things visually. It improved some things. It also improved to where you can go in and out of the like the clubs and stuff, and I think your garage and stuff now without a loading screen.
Oh,
So you can
okay.
enter. You know how you used to go to the nightclub and stuff, and you had to go to a loading screen and then load in. Like
Yeah.
now it's no loading screen. Like I guess you go straight in.
Okay. Yeah. Had no idea that was a thing.
And,
It's just
a,
for
and a
next.
few and a few other things. Yeah, and a few other things. A lot of stuff is like minor stuff, but it's a lot of stuff just to like they're still putting work in on it. Like, but it was a lot of stuff that does actually help the game.
Or definitely for like next gen consoles only, or current gen, I should say, not
Right.
PS4 and Xbox One. Yeah, makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that was good to know. All right. So the next topic that we're going to go ahead and talk about is one, man, it just seems like it keeps getting brought up, throughout the year. It's crazy. But it seems like we got more game delays. All right. Yeah. So let me go ahead and pull up my notes here on that matter. Um, so yeah, man, it seems like the pretty much any day, any time of the day, whenever, like it doesn't matter. We get news of a game either getting pushed out of 2022 and into 2023, or games that are just pushed a few years. It was supposed to come out earlier this year, and it's just been pushed a few months back. And we also got a couple game cancellations as well within the past week or two. So we're going to go ahead and cover that. So I wanted to go ahead and note, I'm going to just go with the games that's just been delayed um, a few months. All right. I think my notes are 100% correct. I don't know. I might be off a little bit here and there, but I'm gonna double check that when I let Shane when we talk about what he thinks about it. But the first one, the game that's been delayed just a few months, it was just announced, is Warhammer Dark Tide. Definitely that's a game that I'm actually looking forward to. Like I
Yeah.
said, Warhammer Vermintide 2 I feel like this is a game in the same vein where it's kind of like a Left 4 Dead style game. Um, and it was supposed to come, and it's coming out on Game Pass as well. It was supposed to come out within the next month or so. I can't really remember the date, but it said that it's just been pushed back a couple months, but it didn't give us an actual release date, which is crazy. All right. So that's one game that's been delayed, but it hasn't been for sure if it's going to be for next year in 2023. We also have games that's been delayed to 2023, which is Gollum, which a lot of people are looking forward to that game. Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora. That's also been delayed to 2023. And then we also have some canceled games, which is Splinter Cell VR, Ghost Recon's Frontline, and Knights of the Old Republic remake, which was a big one that hurt a lot of people when that got announced this week. Now, I wouldn't say it got canceled, but what do you call a game that's been delayed indefinitely? Canceled, right? Or
Cancel,
no?
right.
Yeah, like that's what I think. But I mean, it says delayed indefinitely, so they'll probably pick that up later. But there is a story about
What, is that,
that game as well.
what does that
Um,
mean? Delayed indefinitely. I mean, it's delayed forever, right?
yeah,
Like,
forever. So pretty much it was made by Aspire. It was being developed by Aspire, and it was pretty much talk saying that Aspire had a demo ready to show like the investors or the developers or the publishers of the game, and they had high hopes thinking that it was going to go well, but apparently they showed the demo and I guess things didn't go well, and that's when they decided to go ahead and just scrap the game and delay it indefinitely. So that's the story behind that. Which is a bummer because I was really looking forward to this. I never really played Knights of the Old Republic when it came out way back when. That was just a blind spot in my gaming history. Never got a chance to play it, even though you can play it now. It's backwards compatible. It's on PC and mobile. So I read something somewhere when this news broke that they said to go ahead and play the game as it is. It's still better than some of the newer games that we're getting now, despite that it being very old. So that I might do that since it looks like this is delayed and not coming out. Can't look forward to it now. But with all these games, Shane, I have some questions. First of all, are any of these games that you're surprised that they got delayed or canceled?
surprised? No.
No, at this point, no. Yeah.
At this point, nah, man. In the industry, doesn't nothing surprised me when it comes to cancellation and delays no more. I actually expect cancellation and delay. Well, no, I expect delays. Cancellations are maybe a little unexpected, but delays, I definitely expect every
Okay.
game to have some type of delay for sure.
Okay. So let me ask these questions then, because I'm on the same boat. Like, I mean, even though it still surprises me, it doesn't at the same time, if that makes sense, just because we're so used to it now. But I have these questions to ask. So pretty much, why are these games getting delayed? I have a few thoughts here. Are they just getting announced too early? um is it due to the pandemic? Or one of my favorites is, I'm starting to think, is like, do you think mainly is it because of us gamers pretty much forcing these publishers to stop development crunch?
Yeah, for sure. Um, I mean, definitely. I feel like it's a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? Definitely us. You know what I mean? Crying about the crunch because I mean, putting people in a stressful situation. You know what I mean? Forcing them to overworking people. You know what I mean? In a stressful environment to force them to make a product. You know what I mean? Inevitably, that doesn't have a good outcome for the product. I don't care what you're making. Like it just doesn't, just your quality of product is not going to be the same Is whereas if you had a happy work based environment, to
Mhm.
whereas they would get, I feel like they would get more done and put more care into the task. And you know what I mean? Somebody loving to be there and wanting to be there, rather somebody, you know, that wants to be there, but they're being forced to, work and they're tired or forced to work and they had no break or whatever the case may be. Like, I just feel like that's a bad outcome for any game or any situation, period. You know?
Yeah, definitely. And that's why I threw that in there because, of course, people are going to say the pandemic. Of course, people might say, maybe these games were just announced a little bit too early. Another one in there is because everyone's afraid of what happened to Cyberpunk might happen to them. You know what
That
I'm saying?
too. Because ever
So,
since then, I feel like every game has been like on super like scared, like you know what I mean? Like, oh, I
mhm.
think we're gonna wait.
Yeah,
Push
right.
back.
Yeah, they've been pushing it back hard. Definitely, I feel like now looking back at it, at the questions that I asked you, definitely sounds like it might be the cyberpunk situation. Don't think the pandemic. Like, I don't see why you couldn't do the same thing you do at work at
I'm
home.
tired of using the pandemic as an
Yeah,
excuse.
exactly. Like it's been,
We said that for almost 2 years now. I feel like.
yeah, yeah. So, but people are saying like now the effects of the pandemic are actually happening. They said the
True.
games that were releasing during the pandemic were games that were technically almost finished. So now it's like,
Right.
during that year or two, it slowed down development, where as games would have been coming out right now. So that could be the case. I also just wanted to point out that maybe us crying about, not crying, just speaking for the developers, like, hey, crunch is not needed. Crunch just delivers an awful game, potentially could deliver an awful game, and it's not healthy. So I just wanted to throw that in there. Like, that could also be a possibility. You don't know how many games got pushed out, good or bad, that people had to crunch and work mad overtime just to deliver and send out. you know so, but other than that, man, like, it just sucks that these game delays are happening, but of course, we should be used to it by now. And you know a rushed game is definitely not what we want. A delayed game, take your time. We want it to be perfect. Deliver it when it's ready. We don't want another cyberpunk situation. All right. All right. So we're going to go ahead and move into the last topic that we have here, which is, whew, one that I have that sparked up another conversation on top of it, which is, pretty much the Meta Quest 2 VR price is going to increase by $100 starting August 1st, which is tomorrow. And for some of you guys, when you hear this, is today, and it's probably already in August by the time some of you guys hear it as well. So it's pretty much next month, like tomorrow, starting the VR system, both iterations of them, the 128 gig and the 256 gig. They're both going to increase in $100. I have an article here to kind of justify their reasoning. Let's see. Didn't even have it ready for you guys. Now I do. All right. So here, this is an article on IGN. So it goes ahead. The article states that after almost 2 years on the market, Meta is officially increasing the price of its Quest 2 VR headset by $100. Beginning August 1st, the 128 gigabyte storage configuration for the Meta Quest 2 will cost $399, previously $299, while the 256 gigabyte model will now retail for $499. Meta also confirmed that starting August 1st until December 31st, those that purchase a Quest 2 will receive a free digital copy of Beat Saber. All right. I've been really wanting to play Beat Saber. But anyways, Meta cites inflation as one of the reasons for the price increase, writing the cost to make, and ship our products have been on the rise, Meta said in a recent blog post. By adjusting the price of Quest 2, we can continue to grow our investment in groundbreaking research and new product development that pushes the VR industry to new heights. The article continues to say Meta also teased its ambitions, the ambitious VR hardware roadmap, mentioning once again that it plans to launch Project Cambria later this year, and noting that the company plans to release new generations of Meta Quest in the future. Nevertheless, Meta pointed out that despite the $100 price increase, the Quest 2 continues to be the most affordable VR headset on the market, further touting that highly anticipated titles are coming to Quest 2, such as Ghostbusters VR, Among Us VR, and NFL Pro Era. Important to mention, however, that these titles are also coming to other VR headsets, such as the highly anticipated PlayStation VR 2. Though Meta does have an advantage being a VR gaming headset that does not require a gaming PC or a console to function, and it does have a few games exclusive to its platform, most notably Resident Evil 4 VR. All right. So that's it. That's what the article had to say. So you already know. Got to throw it to you, Shane. What do you think of this, man? What do you think of them increasing the price? Do you think it's the right call, the right move? I feel like consumers aren't going to like it either way.
Nope. Not gonna like it. Not gonna like it at all. I don't like it, and I'm not gonna like it, and I'm not gonna stand for it, bro. This upsets me. Highly upsets me. I understand, everything's going up. For sure. Everything is going up. Things been going up for a while. And we all been noticing it. I'm sure everybody, all y'all out there, y'all seen all the prices going up on everything, everywhere.
Everything,
But what
everything.
ain't went up though? What I make a month has not changed. The amount of money I have to spend has not changed. The amount in my bank account has not changed. That's all the same. I got the same amount of money coming in. So y'all want me to pay more stuff for more stuff for more. Yeah. And it's not on one thing, it's on everything. So
Mhm.
we're taking a super hit. So the average consumer right now is watching every dollar, because if you're living in the world I'm living in, the stuff, groceries are high, gas is expensive. Like
Preach,
you have to think about
preach.
what you're doing now before you do stuff. Like you know, like you got to stretch your money and make like is this stop at McDonald's really worth the $20 to feed two? Like
Yeah.
like that's a little bit outrageous. Like, but
Mhm.
I mean, I understand inflation's going up. What is it? 11%. Everybody's crying about this 11%. And does that justify $100 raise on a product? And you added no value, you added nothing, whatever. I understand. Okay, your cost may have went up to make and produce this product, but if that's the case, then show us the breakdown. Show
Mhm.
me the breakdown to where you feel that it's justifiable to raise this price at over 33% for the smaller one and 25% for the other one, for the bigger model,
See, see, to prove your case even further, I remember it was just last year they had a 64 gigabyte model. All
Mm,
right, and it was for 299, and the 128 was for 399. They went ahead and discontinued the 64 gigabyte model and made the 128 gigabyte model the 299 starter one, and then they added even more memory, doubled that to 256 gigabytes, and made that the 399.
mhm.
So you know what I'm saying? This was during pandemic times. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think prices went up quite yet, but at the same, or at least for my pocket, it didn't start until like here. At least I've noticed it here recently when I'm like, dang, my bank account's getting lower and lower versus it, doing what I'm doing, being the big man and actually taking care of business. Um, but yeah, it was actually the 128 one. it was $399, then it went down to $299. Now it's going back to $399. Right.
Right.
And everything that you said is totally true. Totally true. And I don't stand for it. Anything getting raised up, I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, everything else is raising but my paycheck, you know. So with that being said, this also got people's questions of, if this is happening with the VR headset, do you think this could potentially happen with the Xbox Series X and S and the
Nope.
PlayStation 5?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Nope.
I want to hear what you got to say.
Nah, I don't think so. Just for the simple fact, I don't know, man. Meta, I don't know what their problem is, man. They must be struggling, dog. They must be struggling for funds, because I feel like I just feel like Microsoft and PlayStation are too big a company to. I feel like they would eat the loss. $100, they would eat the loss. They've done it before.
If they're not already doing it.
If they're not already doing it, right. Because they realize the value in having that consumer and that customer there, because that's what's going to bring more sales. That's what's going to bring more revenue, is by having that customer there all year long brings you more money than just having that one sale of that console. So we'll take the loss on that, and we'll get you on our service and have you pay for it monthly, and then let you try these games that you mess around and buy sometimes because you like the game so much, and we took it off the platform. Like, that's what they want. You know what I mean? Meta, I don't know what they're trying to do. I understand. I guess maybe at first they were trying to get people on it. Now they're seeing it's popular and it's taking off, and they're like pumping their chest out, like, "Oh yeah, we got this," or "We gonna up the price because times is getting hard. We need to make $20 extra because it's not working." Because really, what does it break down to them if things really did, the price really did go up for them to produce stuff. So that means they're paying more for everything. How much more money are they really making by making it $100? Like, as far as per device, like, how much more revenue are they bringing in? Are they breaking even? I bet not. You know what I'm saying? Are they still making the same amount of money as that they were making before they raised the price? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because of the inflation or whatever. No, I don't think that, that they can show you that, hey, we pay $100 more extra on making this device, and this is how and why. So this is why we're raising it to 100. No, but they might be paying an extra $30-$40 maybe.
There's no way. Not until I start seeing
Right. But you understand
shortages
what I'm saying?
of.
Why can't they just show us? Why can't they be transparent and show us?
Yeah, and show us. Yeah, exactly. I agree. I would love to
Then I
see.
wouldn't have no problem with paying it. And it's funny because I was actually about to buy one. I had my girl about to buy me one for my birthday, bro. You know my birthday is in a couple weeks, bro.
Yes.
And I was debating on my present, and I decided on this. A friend of mine actually brought one to work yesterday, and they were gonna let me test it out and try it and all of this and that. And I didn't get to because some stuff happened, but they brought it out just so I could test it or whatever. I've been talking about wanting one. And they was like, "I got one. I'll let you see it, whatever." And I'm like, "Yeah." But anyway, man, like, and then I wake up the next day and this. I'm like, man, so you mean to tell me if I go buy it right now, I'm cool?
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty much forcing you, if you want it at this price point, go ahead and buy it now, or hopes that it goes on sale during Black Friday for the original price. Pretty much.
Right.
You know what I'm
So it's
saying?
not
Like,
on sale.
yeah, no.
That's what it
No.
sounds like they setting up for.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, with what you were just saying, I'm like, they need to go ahead and show me like there's no shortages. It's not like it's hard to find one. You know what I'm saying? That'd be different. It's like so it means like the parts and the pieces and things aren't hard to find. It's just the fact that I guess
They're paying more.
they're paying more.
They're having to pay
Which
more to get
no,
their
that
parts shipped and put together and make just to manufacture it.
you're
Like,
gonna have to eat the cost and pump out software
you're gonna have to
and things
show
like that.
me why pump out software, pump out more exclusive games and stuff to get,
Yes,
you know what I mean, for us
exactly.
to buy and figure out some way to make it off the back end, because this is not the way to do it. Like, well, let's see. Watch the market, watch the stock market, and let's see how big of a drop this takes because of this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You
Like you
know it's
said,
going to.
I know Facebook or Meta or whatever, they've been a lot of heat lately. And I think their stock market or whatever, I know, like you said, it just hasn't been good. I know it's taking a hit and it's just going to get worse. And like you said, I do know the only benefit that's going to happen is those people that are like, oh, I got to go get one now. So they might see an increase in purchases right now, or if devices sold, because trust and believe, I was about to, pull out the credit card and be like, hey, I'm about to buy one right now, if it's $100 cheaper, but I'm like, nah, I'm not even going to support that, because that's the wrong move. Like you were just
Right.
saying, like
At
they need to.
first, I was gonna get the bigger one. You know what I mean? I'm like, all
Mhm.
right, I could pay. I paid $3.99. That's about my max budget. You know what I mean for one. I can do that. You know what I mean? Only because get something nice for myself, splurge a little bit. Hell, if I'm gonna spend the three, I might as well spend the extra 100 and get the extra memory. And I'm somebody that probably will need the extra memory. So
Mhm.
let me go ahead and get it. And they just crumbled my dreams, man.
Yeah, no
I
doubt.
will not be purchasing it at this price. Either one.
Yeah, no, I'm not
Neither
gonna.
one.
I'm not purchasing
I'll,
it
I'll, I'll wait on the
because,
PSVR 2.
yep, which a lot of people are saying that might be 500,
But hey, I'll pay it.
and you might need a console for it,
I
or
bet
you are
that's the
going to
only
get a
thing that's
console.
holding me back, man. I just
That's
was
why.
watching something on that too. Was like, why ain't no why everybody everything else they got to where the wireless? Why can't they? They got to figure out something.
Hmm.
And the pictures do have a cord hanging from the back. Didn't the old one? The other one was hooked up to the console.
Yeah, yeah, it was. Yep. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, like I said, that's why they're doing
No,
it the way they're
there's
doing it,
no
because
way
it's the
they can
most
still charge
affordable.
500 and have it connected to the console, man. There's no
Uh,
way.
we don't know. They're saying it's going to be $500. There's no way that I'm paying $500 for the PlayStation VR 2. Ain't no
I don't
way.
think so either.
With
And I
with
gotta
with
pay 3, 4, 500 for the console, and then I gotta pay extra 500 for an add-on.
hmm Yeah, exactly. So that's why the Meta Quest 2 was the VR thing to get, because the
Right.
other ones you need a PC. This one PC, you don't need a PC to play these
Right.
games, to do what you need to do. Completely wireless. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're just taking advantage of that, because they're still saying that they're still the most affordable VR to get, even with this price increase.
If I get one, it'll definitely be on Black Friday, and
Hmm.
I could even see a $50 increase, but 100.
Yeah,
They lost me
exactly.
with that. They lost
Yeah.
me with that.
Yeah. So it's technically, I don't know how much Beat Saber is, probably $30. So it's really like a $70 increase if you buy it right now, because you get a free game, or it's not free because you're paying for it.
Right.
So, but yeah, definitely some messy, messy, messy
Beat
business.
Saber is how much? 70?
No, I don't know. I was just thinking 30. I don't
Oh,
know. I can
30
look that up
bucks.
right now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, man, I'm
That's
glad
the
that you
game
fit.
where you hit the stuff with the beat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yes, sir. Beat Saber shopping. Yeah, it's $30. Yep. Hmm. So yeah, so definitely, man. Yeah, I think hit the nail on the head. So I think you spoke for every gamer out there. Especially those. I know the people who bought the 64 gigabyte one was mad when you could get the 128 gigabyte version for the same price they paid for the 64 gigabyte. And now they're doing this. So it's crazy, man. Crazy. But
Yeah, I'm about done with Meta for real.
yeah, they're doing too much. Doing too
I've been
much.
done with Facebook for a minute, but you know what I mean. I always liked Oculus from the beginning, but then when they paired up and did that doing their thing, I'm like, oh man, I was hoping it could
Hmm.
be for the good, but I just met it, man. The way they just choose to do things sometimes. I just don't like the way they conduct business sometimes.
All right.
Sure.
So that's so down there in the comments, go ahead and let us know what you think about this price increase. If you already have one, do you think it's worth the increase? Do you think you love it that much that hey man, this is the best VR headset out there? Just go ahead and let us know down in the comments on what you think, if it's good or bad. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the show here. All right. So, of course, I got a little bit of news to throw. It's the end of the month. That PlayStation and Xbox went ahead and announced their free games that you could download during the month of August. So, I'm going to go ahead and name those games off for you if you were curious. So, it looks like for Xbox Game with Gold, the 4 games that you'll be able to download throughout the month of August will be Calico, which would be August 1st through the 31st, and Scourge Bringer, which is from August 16th through September 15th. Then you also have Saints Row 2 starting August 1st through the 15th, and Monaco, What's Yours Is Mine, August 16th through the 31st. So, I'm gonna go ahead and name off PlayStation, then let's find out what Shane think about these games. So for PlayStation for the month of August, PlayStation Plus monthly games will include first they're dropping August 2nd, which is in a couple days. It'll be Yakuza Like a Dragon, which I really like the Yakuza series, and I haven't played Like a Dragon yet. I'm happy that Yakuza 0 came back on Game Pass, so now I can pick up where I left off and complete that game. So they got Yakuza Like a Dragon, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake. That's dropping on there as well for you to get throughout the month of August. And as well as, I know Shane really loved this game, Little Nightmares. That's also another game you'll be able to download through the month of August during PlayStation Plus monthly games. Yeah. So Shane, tell me what you think about these offerings here from both Xbox and PlayStation.
PlayStation got a little bit of heat, boy. They cooking in the pot.
Yes, sir. I agree. I
Xbox
agree.
need to take some notes, man. Like I hate to say it, I love Xbox, but this is the point where I say the fumble in the bag, where they've been making a lot of mistakes, man, and they've had opportunities, and they've had this whole time where they could have been dominating this whole time, bro. If they would just had the
Yes.
heat this whole time, bro. Just think about it. If
Yes.
they would had the consoles ready and the heat ready.
We were just talking about that offline before we
This
started the
console
podcast.
war it wouldn't be a war.
Yeah.
Somebody would be shaking in their boots because they would have had how much of a head start on them with Game Pass, how much of a,
Man.
you know what I mean? And they're
Yeah.
already, breaking numbers in other ways, you know what I mean? But still, I mean, they still got a fighting chance, but that's they just fumble the bag too much, man. They just make silly choices at the times that I'm like, y'all knew that this, like I said with As Dust Falls, y'all knew this was the only game y'all had coming from any first party studio, pretty much for the rest of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like, and y'all choose to drop it on the same day that PlayStation drops. You know what I mean? Or the same
Yeah.
weekend or whatever is they dropped that game. Like, why do that? Like, that was y'all should have pushed it back or waited a week or even brought it out earlier. You know what I mean? So at least could have got a little more shine, a little more light. You know what I mean? I just feel like it was just a misjudgment on that one and a few other choices they've made, especially here in the past year. So
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely agree with you on Xbox definitely fumbled the bag. I was telling you about before we started the show how I feel like they had the lead. They were technically the fan favorite, even though PlayStation 5 is, outselling them, of course, but they were the fan favorite. Like everybody was getting it because of the Game Pass and how good of a service that is and getting games day and date. They had all this time, had all this momentum. They are fumbling the bag because they don't know how to release their games on a timely manner, which pretty much made Game Pass didn't live up to the hype per se. Not saying that Game Pass isn't a good service or anything, but of course people are like, man, I'm about to get these games day one on the service. I'm signing up right now. And then Xbox didn't deliver. So then in reality, now PlayStation went ahead and caught up, released their version of Game Pass, and like now there's really not much differentiating the two consoles now, but the fact that games come on the service day and date, but yet you're not offering these games. PlayStation is coming out with games. They came out with a few first-party games already in the beginning of the year, and then going to end it on a killer note with God of War later this year. Then every month they're coming out with a stellar lineup of PlayStation monthly games that you can download for free if you're a subscriber, with Yakuza Like a Dragon, Little Nightmares, and Tony Hawk's Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. And then last month or currently right now, you could download Crash Bandicoot 4. You know what I'm saying? And big games, and then Xbox is like, here go these little indie games. And then not to mention, I think 2 of these games have already came out with games for gold. I remember reading an article. I have Saints Row 2 already from Games with Gold already from 2020 when it came out in June. And then another game they said was out for Games with Gold in 2014. So it's like now they're rehashing games, especially when it comes to 360 games.
They've been doing that.
So exactly. But it's like compared to PlayStation, it's like I think PlayStation might have had like 1, maybe 2 all right offerings, but other than that, they've been killing it. Like I got Nickelodeon All-Stars 1 month. You know what I'm saying? Like a game that I've been really wanting to try out, and then now here it is for free. Now I already have Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 and Little Nightmares, but Yakuza Like a Dragon, definitely gonna pick that up. I was wanting to play that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy because PlayStation is killing it. And it's always been that way, apparently, but we've always been focused on what Xbox has been doing because we've known PlayStation to be killing it. Like it's no news. We want to see what the underdog is going to do. What they're busting all these moves, but yet it seems like it's not enough when PlayStation is consistently doing what they're doing.
Yes, sir.
So we'll see. They might come out with some surprises, third-party things for the service later down the road. But if 2023 isn't the year to make noise for Xbox,
hang it up. I'm selling my Xbox. I'm going straight PC.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first. So if you,
I'm getting a P5 soon, so it don't even matter. But I still, I'm an Xbox guy, but I want my P5. I gotta catch up on my P5, P4 era. You know what I mean? Catch up with the P5 stuff. So that service they offering over there is looking pretty tempting, bro. Pretty tempting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So but other than that, man, just wanted to let you guys know the free game offerings that are coming to either Xbox and PlayStation. Other than that, Shane, did you have any last minute comments or news or anything you wanted to share?
Nah, man.
All right. So as always, you already know, I just want to go ahead and thank you guys for making it to the end of the video. Thank you guys for supporting us. If you could, please go ahead and like and subscribe to the Gamers Anonymous Podcast YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting platform as well. And please, on either Apple Podcast or Spotify, leave a review. It definitely will help us out, put us in the algorithm for, gaming podcast. This is episode 50, been 50 episodes strong. I feel like we've come a long way. Yes, definitely. Sir. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like, we're growing and, we got big things for the podcast, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but enough of that, begging for your guys' support. If the content's good, you'll have no problem with doing it on your own without even asked. So we're just going to continue to give you guys awesome content. If you could go ahead and follow me on Twitter, which is at Donnie Tress, DONNYTR, the number 3S. Go ahead and follow your boy. I'll follow you back. It's mainly where I talk about all games and, I share about movies and comics and sports and things like that. So go ahead and follow me and let you guys know what you think about the podcast. Shane, where could the listeners follow you and see what you're up to?
You can follow me. It's at TurpTech on Twitter. That's at TurpTech. That's TURPTECH. It's also on the screen right here under my name. If you all can see. Uh, don't feel free to reach out to me, man. Link up, shoot any questions. Any criticism is good criticism, good or bad, man. Just don't come with no, trolling, no jokes, no straight clowning. I don't mind a laugh or two, but none of that
Right.
cyber bullying and all that. I don't got time for all that, man. But like I always say, man, we do this because we love to, not because we have to.
Yes,
Like Brett
sir.
said, this is the big 5-0. Man, I'm proud of us. I'm glad we're doing. Keeping this going, man. Can continue to bring y'all content on a regular basis. This year is definitely things are going to get better. Things are going to continue to improve. As soon as I get my PC, things will be a lot better. We'll be able to do a lot more stuff, and we definitely got a lot coming for you all this year. I know 50 may not be a lot to you, but this means a whole lot to us. And
Yes,
we're
sir.
just really proud of ourselves and just want to keep it going. And we hope you all continue to support us. And until next time.
Yes, sir. So, it's been fun. It's been real. But of course, never stop gaming.